Well, welcome. It's been a long time. As I know everybody was on their summer hiatus. Welcome to Three Mics and No Filter. I'm going to be, for the first time, mic number one. This is going to be the first episode that I'm going to lead off. I have big shoes to fill. So you guys wish me luck. Now I'm going to turn it over to mic two, Tone.
What up, y'all? I haven't been on hiatus. I've been in the wood kicking it. You know what I'm talking about? I've been around here. I ain't went nowhere. You know what I'm saying? The boy been on the driving range. I've been in bowling alleys and shit like that there, dog. I'm chilling. I've been on the couch all day trying to recover from bowling. So we just out here chilling, waiting to see what Mike won, the new Mike won. It's not the new Mike one. It's Mike one for today. You know, the calm, cool, reserved one. So we got to be cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm in line.
All right, thanks, Tone. All right, mic three.
Yeah, this is mic three. And yo, check it. That ain't the new mic one. That is the mic one. I'm mic three, as you all know, Melvonti, also known as Mr. Mel. You know what I mean? I'm pulling up the rear, watching everybody six like I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Hey, check this out. I don't trip off that. Y'all been knowing me for way too long that any comments I make ain't gonna be on no bullshit. You know what I mean?
Thank
so
you.
understand. Understand.
New people coming in every day.
Nah,
They don't
I understand.
Like you. I'm just saying they might be getting frisky right about now. They
You ain't, hey, but you should never have to worry about me getting frisky like that. You know, I don't get down like that. And it's been, hey, check this out. Check this out. For years, you have known me, and we all say shit that motherfuckers be like, but for years, and we ain't never had to be like, oh, wait. No. So know me and know how I get down. So it's all good.
Pause.
It's all good.
There you go.
Hey, you can pause. It's all good. I'm just saying for me.
All right. For my first episode, I wanted to talk about something real light because our last episode that we did, we talked about some serious topics. But while we were gone, there were some serious things going on, and I would feel like we wouldn't be doing our due diligence if we didn't talk about it and bring it to the forefront. So I'm gonna name off three names: Nolan Wells, 18; Daryl Lowry, 13; Lon Hartman, 37. One of those names you hear about all the time, and if you watch the news, it's been very publicized. He was a 18-year-old boy football player. 4th of July, went to go hang out with his friends. They came back. He did. Cell phone came back. Cell phone messages was erased. Snapchat was erased. It got so bad that the parents had his autopsy done in D.C. They did a totally separate autopsy other than
I heard that.
He should have came back with his friends. His friends were white. Allegedly, he was the only black student there. So the investigation is still pending. Of course, the authorities they really not helping at all. So I want to talk a little bit more about that and what we can do as a public. I mean, as public in the public. I'm sorry. So let's talk about Daryl Lowry, 13. This was a foster kid. Let me give what location he was in.
South Carolina.
Maddock, South Carolina.
You said Maddock, South Carolina?
Maddock. O-D-O.
Maddock.
Yeah, Maddock. Okay. He's a 13-year-old boy that was placed in a foster home. Allegedly, he was stabbed by while he was being held down in the water. His foster parents were asleep at the time. So these are young kids. Of course, the two young boys were also white, and Daryl was white. I mean, Daryl was black. So, and then let's talk about Leon Lowry. He's a 37-year-old musician. He was performing at the Northern Michigan Music Festival, Bliss Fest. He went to bed after his performance. He was found outside his tent with 2 lacerations around his neck. He had texted his friends and family that he didn't feel safe at the event at all. And so apparently this was a white event. And I don't know how many African-American folks was at this event. If he had got into it with somebody, it could be personal or it could be racial. I mean, we wasn't there. but these are 3 cases that happened that involved black males and white people, white folks, of the other race. America, we got to do better. We got to do better. We have to be aware of our surroundings, know our children's friends. In Nolan Wells' case, have a safety system. You know, open up your location on your phone if you're at a strange location. We have to watch out for our people because it sounds like the authorities are not helping at all at these cases. At these cases, it's just cut and dry. They just going through the basic routine, especially when it involves the other folks. And most of the law enforcement don't look like us. We're not going to get any help. We're not going to get any help. So, unfortunately, I wanted to talk about sports today, but like I said, these 3 incidents happened in the month of July. One of them just happened 3 days ago. So I'm gonna open up the floor. Fellas, your thoughts and your concerns.
I had heard about the Nolan Wells case incident, and it's gotten a lot of coverage. So I hadn't heard about the other 2 until our pre-production meeting. Man, the 13-year-old kid that's tough. Because why was he taken out of the home and placed into foster care? Because it looks like, because I'm using ChatGPT to try to look it up, but it looks like he was placed in a temporary foster home owned by a local county council chairman who was serving as a foster parent. According to arrest warrants, suffered knife wounds and was then held underwater until he died. So they stabbed him and then held him underwater while the
That's
parent
correct.
slept. That's
And left his body there.
man,
Allegedly.
and it's like out of context. I don't know what like. It's so many open questions there because you're saying that family was white
Mm-hmm.
and he's a black
Foster
kid.
parents.
Yeah.
Man, I can't imagine. Like that's tough. And then the Lon Hartman in Michigan. Yeah, man, come on, man. If I text my family, I don't feel safe. That's a problem. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not gonna be there. I'm just not gonna be there.
I mean, but if he's performing, right? Sound like he might be a DJ or he's a musician, so maybe he was there for some like in a job capacity. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he, but I mean, I don't know. I can't speak to it.
But if it's a festival, it sounds like it may be like a 1 or 2 dayer. So he may be performing 2 days. So he's probably out there trying to make his money.
So he did perform.
Yeah, he performed. Yeah, the first night. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I mean, I would like to. I mean, that's an awful thing. And then you say that they're trying to say that it was self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted.
Yeah, nobody's buying that. Like that's a complete crock. So I don't like that at all. Like don't. I mean, I don't see how that's even. I mean, you got to investigate that. I'm sure, but don't even throw that out there for the public to consume and try to use that as a defense mechanism or plausible theory. You know what I'm saying? Like of the things that could be plausible, that seems to be the least plausible. So I think that's kind of strange.
Yeah, I think for me, again, I can only, and this is just my opinion, and I can only base my opinion off of the information that I've been able to, not only that I've gotten from you email, but just a little bit of information that I've been able to look up as well. And so, while I do understand that he was performing, he's looking to make money, whatever the case is, and I also read that I guess he worked with like underprivileged children as well. So it's kind of somebody doing something in the community, trying to improve the community.
Mm-hmm.
But again, just based off the information that we've received so far, I wonder, to what extent do you not feel safe? I mean, are you saying at an extent that it seems like people around here are kind of shady, I need to watch my back, or is it that, hey, I don't feel safe where, I need to roll out or, whatever the case is? Like, I think something that kind of leads you to think is like, what did him feeling like he was he didn't feel safe. What did that mean? And I think
he didn't feel safe. Why didn't he try to remove himself? Is what you're saying?
Why didn't he try to remove himself? Why didn't he maybe, instead of reaching out to family, try to seek something around there? I don't know if there's security or something to let them know of his feelings. And again, like, I want to know what that means. And so it sounds like, from what I got from the article I read, right now he's only able to blink to answer questions.
So he's not dead though.
No, he survived.
He was just attacked, and I guess from the blinking, they've been able to discern that the people that attacked him were Caucasian. Again, this isn't anything I know as fact. This is just based on the article that I looked up and reviewed, and I'll actually tell you exactly where I got that from so that it's understood, because I still have it up. This is from the California Post, is where I got this information from, and the reporter is Adam Silverstein, and this was on July 23rd. And so this is the reporting I received from this article and what they're saying. So, and as you know, anytime anything happens like that, that's tragic, and you never want anything like that to happen. What I'm hopeful of is that he makes a full recovery, and then that they're able to do more investigating to find out exactly what happened to him, and if it is foul play, the people are held accountable to that. With the 13-year-old, I didn't hear about that, and actually the Daryl Lowry, I didn't hear about it at all. It was just the first one, Nolan, that I really kind of understood, because I think that that's what's out there in the light right now. But the 13-year-old, yeah, again, I think that there's a lot more questions right now than answers. But the one thing that you do know is that a young Black teenage kid was murdered again, and this is at the hands of white young kids as well. And so I think is waiting for more development to come out. But again, you would think that there would be more coverage of this. We hear a lot about Nolan, and that's the young Black teenager, or young Black man, I should say, that went off with some white friends, and he didn't make it back on the trip, and then they end up finding his body. And so, with these three cases, you have these things that are involved, and it sounds like that there's some foul play. But I think one of the things is that when it happens such as this, meaning like when Black kids, something happens to Black kids, and it's at the hand or the presumption of at the hands of white kids, that they're given them the benefit of the doubt, meaning that they're innocent until they're actually been proven guilty. And I think it's vice versa when it comes to if it was, a white kid that was hurt, missing, or killed, and it was around, a bunch of Black kids.
Look, hey, I would interject, because I was thinking about that as you were saying it, because I saw where you were going with it. I don't know that would be true, because if it's a white kid hanging out with a bunch of Black kids, I think there's a segment of society that's gonna think, oh, well, he's hanging out with them, he's one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because they do kind of lump them in when they hang out.
I see what you're saying, Tony. Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah, but I would also say too, though. But if it's like, hey, if this is a white kid that was like straight laced, came from good background, family, parents did such and such, I think that you may see it a little differently. You know what I mean? But I guess I say that to say that, and maybe in some instances I would say that you're right, Tom. I just think that, and more so than not, that when it's,
I'm picking up what you put down, dog.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you.
And I'm just saying, like, it's like, man, this society is just, man, America is just so jacked up right now. Like, we're just so split. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, man, there's no
unity,
camaraderie between us.
No,
you know what I mean?
no.
Like, I don't feel as a United States Air Force veteran that loves this country. I love this country, dog. Like, I don't want to live anywhere else. Shit, I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to go nowhere else. You feel me? I don't even want to go visit. God damn it, I like it here. You feel me? I served overseas. I did that time, and listen, they don't like us over there. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah,
don't like
that's
any
true.
of us. All of us. Like they see us all as the same, y'all. So it's like I just wish we could get back to, and I know why. I think we all know why.
Yeah,
That
we know
guy
why.
that's in the office, him and his administration and his people are spreading so much division and derision throughout
Hmm.
our country that it's lashing out like this, and this is bad. Where
And
I
this
get a
is
17-year-old to put his to kill a 13-year-old kid, like that's awful, bro. Like I'm
and
sorry.
and and in all three cases, there's only two folks that's in custody. And let me back up a little bit. Now, if it was a white kid hanging out with black folks, I can guarantee you they would have had somebody they would have had somebody in custody by now.
Well, the other part that bothers me about the Nolan Wells case is allegedly, because I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
just
allegedly.
kind of because it was 3 weeks ago. I don't remember exactly, but I feel like his parent, like some of those parents, because like you said, the phone comes back, but he doesn't. Like that doesn't. There's no. I don't see how that's possible. And you turn it over, and then didn't they get legal counsel immediately? Because aren't like there's some like somebody's parents or like
Hmm.
judges or
I heard
something
that.
like
Yeah.
that. So that's concerning. That just feels like that's going to get swept under the rug, and maybe that's why that one's in the public eye a little bit more than the other two. Because I hadn't heard the 13-year-old Daryl. Man, that's awful. Like I just
So Tone, let me ask you this: as a community, I mean, how can we avoid stuff like this? I mean, how can we do better? How can we, watch out for our folks? I mean, Mel, you can chime in on this one
the
too.
community like us, like African
Yeah.
Americans. How
Yes.
do we look out for each other? I mean, to the point. Okay, look, I grew up in Texas. Okay. I went to predominantly white schools. I was the lone black kid a lot of times in some of these classrooms, me and one other. And then once I got to middle school, I was able to, kind of blend in with the other black kids. And thank God for sports because it allowed me to flow between both. But I do understand the concept of being the only black kid and then hanging out with a group of white kids. I think what you have to be hyper aware of in that situation is that you know those kids like very, very well. And I'm sure he had to have known them to go out to a lake and some other stuff like that. I would think because I remember going out with I mentioned my dog Clint Shirley before. We grew up from elementary to we graduated together, and we would hang out. And I would have went anywhere with him and his family and stuff like that. So, I think it's to answer the question, how do we look out? We just got to be more aware and vigilant of what we're doing and where we're going, and maybe not think that you're trying to fit in or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we should. Honestly, if I'm honest, I don't even feel like, and this is just me off the top of my head. I got so many thoughts going through my brain right now. I don't even know that we should see it as separation, right? Like at the end of the day, we all bleed the same color, bro. Like it's just it's melanin. That's the only thing that's really separating us. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we need all of us to understand. You feel me? Like after 9/11, there was so much camaraderie and,
Hmm.
USA and all that stuff. And I felt it a little bit during the World Cup too. You know what I'm saying? There seems to be unity around those type situations. But then once that stuff goes away, we're right back to
To
where
normal.
we, you're over here, we're over here, and it's just at each other's necks. And I think we need to fix that issue. You know what I'm saying?
Mel, you want to jump in on this one?
Yeah, so I was, trying to take some time to think about it as Tony was talking. And so you're asking, like, what do we do as a Black community? And I think one of the things that we have to take some time to realize, and I'm really not going to try to be long winded with this, but one of the things that we have to realize is that what we're seeing from this administration right now is, I think, who undercover the country has been. But I think because we've had really decent people in the White House putting decent policies and things in place, I think that that has kind of allowed us to maybe not see things for what they truly are. I think America has always kind of been like this. And to Tony, to your point, I think one of the things that you're seeing like during 9/11, and I agree too with the World Cup, you saw kind of that camaraderie because you see that, as us coming together. But I think low key, deep down, we are this really kind of divided, nation. And I think as Black folks, I think in a community, I think one of the things we need to realize is that no matter how good you have it in the world or in your life and how great things are, you still have to realize what a good portion of people think of you, or maybe not a good portion, maybe half. You have to not lose the thought that there are people out there meant to do you harm, even if you think that they're not. And I think that we have to realize that as a culture, that
fair, real quick, Mel, I'm sorry. To be fair, that's kind of, we got to do that to ourselves too, right? Like within ourselves, we got to hold ourselves accountable too. Like we do hurt ourselves as well. So
right, but I think I thought we were speaking in a sense of these particular subjects.
I'm just saying.
And so, yes, I agree. I mean, I think you can always do better as individuals and how we treat each other. We had that conversation before. We talked about the crabs in the barrel mentality. How you guys were mentioning more of, you try to do well, but people keep pulling you back down. And as we look at things, meaning the three of us, we try to be the people who really try to do the uplifting. And so I totally agree with you on that. And I definitely think that we as a culture ourselves, we need to do better. But I also think that we need to realize as a culture kind of the things that are happening around us. And I would tell you, because for me, I think there are times I get a little comfortable. You know what I mean? And I mean comfortable in the sense that, I move around certain people and, there's times I don't think, and there's nothing to something that may happen, until something like really hits. And then I'm like, oh man, you know what? There I was kind of falling for this okie doke. You know what I mean? So I just think we just have to be, no matter where we're at and what we're doing in our bubble, we just have to be aware of how the world moves around us.
Tell them about the the cigar lounge, bro. When we was at the cigar lounge.
Oh yeah. We got time for that.
And so and so you, like I say, how you move in the world. And so, the three of us, we spent some time out. We went to, this cigar lounge, I forgot where it was. Was that Ontario? I forget where it was.
It was in Ontario.
It was a common meeting spot for all three of us. Yeah. So we're all a good hour from the crib, our respective cribs.
Right. So we're
all out of our element, our comfort zones, if you will.
Yeah. And so we pull up to the cigar joint, we go in to have a couple sticks and just kind of unwind. We had just did some Top Golf and we want to unwind, have some drinks. And so, of course, when you go to a cigar lounge, there's guys and there's girls, but there's typically a lot of guys there. And, you're typically doing like a lot of guy talk. But some of what we were discussing was just kind of the current affairs and kind of things that's happening in the world. And so,
right.
So, we were having these conversations and so when I meet people for the first time or when I'm in big spaces like that, like I typically, I try not to get into politics or religion or those conversations that can be really divisive. But sometimes when people just pull bullshit on you, you got to call them on that.
And we were
what I mean?
Like, we were talking amongst ourselves. We were in the corner. We were minding our own respective business.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so as we're having conversations, then, people are kind of chiming into our conversation. There it is. Look, that's what happens. You talk, But then my thing is, don't come with no bullshit talking to us and then don't have anything to back it up. People just speaking out the side of their neck because they think that they know something. I was going to let that shit slide just because I was like, okay, I'm trying to chill. I don't want to get into this shit. I try to get into this shit,
Can I take it from you?
No, go ahead. Because I know you. I know. Go ahead. Yeah.
he pulling punches because I already know he's kind of humble about his shit. Okay, so we in there, we're just kind of chopping it up, like he says, right? And again, cigars are flowing, you know what I mean? And there's this guy in here, like, so the guy that's the owner of the spot was giving me a hard time. I happened to, just happenstance, have this exact same jersey on that day. 6 weeks ago, don't judge me, whatever, it's Dodger season. It's Fernando forever. It's what's up. You feel me?
For sure.
Anyway, so I walk in. So they had already gotten there. So I walk in late. This little the owner, the cigar lounge owner dude, he starts giving me a hard time, right? And he. Okay, cool. But we also know Tone has a flamethrower over here, and I start firing back at him. So I kind of start the banter back and forth with the guy, right, with the shop owner. Now, after we get our sticks and we settle down and we start having our conversation, this other guy walks in. This guy walks in. He looks like a, wait, hold on. Can't. He's got on, okay, look, what is it? Got this long beard, you know what I'm saying? Kind of bald head. He looked, and he's got on all this Harley stuff. I used to be in a motorcycle club. And so I knew, I kind of recognized it off rip, like, oh, he might be, you know what I'm saying, affiliated type. He looked like he was affiliated with some 1% type club. Okay. So I peep game, but cool. So he sticks his nose. We're having a conversation. And I think we were talking about, I don't even remember what we were talking about. Were we talking about the Lakers or?
I think we was talking about basketball. We were talking about sports.
I think we were talking about LeBron. Yeah. I think we were talking about LeBron.
No. We were talking about the game, the Dodger game. Mm-hmm. We were trying to get the guy to turn the game on, right?
Right.
So this guy is a Yankee. The owner is a Yankee fan. So I'm giving him trash about being a Yankee fan, and me and the 1%er, I'm gonna call him the 1%er, the alleged 1%er. Shout out to you, Nikki. The alleged 1%er cat. He's like, yeah, let's Dodgers, whatever. And so somehow we get onto this thing of, we're talking about the Lakers and LeBron, and the 1%er's like, yeah, that guy. Fuck that guy. And he starts going crazy about LeBron. Now, we all know the Black Lion ain't no huge LeBron James fan. You know what I'm saying? He has respect for the man as a human being and as a basketball player, but he ain't really, gonna go to bat for the man like that.
Right.
So the guy's like, yeah, forget that guy. He's so entitled and all da. And I'm kind of engaging with him a little bit, but at the same time, I don't really give a shit too much. So whatever, right? He says something about LeBron and getting Bronny into the league. I say, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I would do that too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hold him at fault for that. I would, no, you gotta, that's what's wrong with everything. And, you guys, not you guys, but, people, if I had a son, I wouldn't give him anything because then they're just so entitled and they don't have to work for it. You have to work for it. Even if I had all this money, my son would have to work for it. And so we kind of go back and forth about nepotism a little bit. And then I kind of throw in, under my breath, admittedly, I said, well, shit, look at the president. Mel hears me. Melvonti hears me. And so Mel jumps on it, right? He's like, so he starts playing with that. So he throws that out there. Now my band starts backpedaling, though. The other guy starts backpedaling. Like, oh, well, no, I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about LeBron. Melvonti got in this dude's ass. I'm looking around. I had on like some black nubuck Jordan 5s, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, I'm about to fuck up my shoes because I'm trying to look around because we're going to have to fight our way up out of here is what I'm thinking. Because Melvonti is not letting up off of this man.
I couldn't.
Fool. Oh my God, he pressed him. He pressed the 1%er, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And made dude turn it down. Dude had I was like, wow, that's crazy. Mel's a gangster.
No, man. Like I said, I just can't let you just get away with that though, dog. Hey, like you just can't talk that shit like that.
Look, I wish we would have had a camera in this little thing because he's toning it way down for the internet. That man was on shit. Like, I'm looking at E, like, hey, man, we got to, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the little ashtray thing. I'm like, damn, this ain't really got enough weight, but I'm still going to bank him with this motherfucker. Like, yeah, I thought it was about to be up.
I knew his shit wasn't real. I knew he was just running off at the mouth. Mm-hmm. And that's what I don't like. Don't run off at the mouth, dog. If you frown on nepotism, then it should be all nepotism. Don't frown on LeBron because he was able to do that.
That's right. So to the point, though, that I think I throw that story out there because I think it brings up the point of being in unfamiliar spaces and knowing your surroundings and knowing who you around. You know what I'm saying? So that's my
that's a good
whole
point, Tom.
point of that story. And that the black lion ain't no punk. That's why he the black lion. We was
Hey,
gonna ride.
I want to set the tone for the motherfuckers when we roll back up in there so they know what time it is.
Hey, we're rolling back in there. Yeah, we're going back.
Yeah,
we're going back.
We need to go check on Buddy because at the end of it, y'all, he's getting medical advice from Melvonti because then we find out that he ain't really in no condition to be talking. You feel me?
Like a triple
That
bypass
tells you a lot
and
about
all
him,
that.
dog. But that tells you a lot about him.
No, for
that
real.
shit.
Yeah, I mean, but that's society, right?
Right.
It's just like
Right.
it's just like January 6th.
Right.
It's like all these is and to your point, Melvonti, like how you're saying, you know, we didn't know these people are out here. I guess they've always been out here. They just been lurking under the surface. And now that they're empowered to be out and emboldened, you know, to run around here and make America great again.
Can I say something? His first term, we lost a couple of our white friends. Seriously, I mean, beforehand we used to barbecue together, military and all that.
I was like, hey,
and after his first term, they turned real bold.
You know, I know we're on a different thing, but I'm seeing a little undercurrent on social media about some of these folks who did vote for him that don't look like us and are, you know, not necessarily in our economic class
tax bracket.
You feel me? They're like, hey, hold on. Yeah, y'all getting y'all ass whooped, huh? You thought he was gonna come in here and do all the groceries and gas and all this shit. Man, it's all bullshit. And now he just asked for another $69 billion.
Man, don't get me started because you open up a rabbit hole.
$1 billion he already spent, and then the shit was about to be over, and then y'all started right back up again. Come on, man, what the fuck are we doing, man?
Well, let's talk about the Hispanics in Arizona and New Mexico that voted.
Yeah,
he had a heavy Hispanic population that voted for him.
Absolutely.
Well, like Tony's saying, motherfuckers is changing their tone now because they feeling that shit.
Yeah. See, y'all didn't want the black woman in there, and you know.
Y'all want the borders closed and but that's a different episode.
It's from Colombia. No shit, dog. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, you thought you was special. You don't even know this man. You ain't got enough money to be even trying to talk to this dude. He wouldn't spit on you if you was on fire, bro.
He wouldn't.
And then y'all sit up here and make America great. I'm wear a hat. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. First, I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to sit in the first chair.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was
job,
it was something that I didn't want to talk about. I wanted to talk about sports
and back again, dog.
And man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Another episode that's a little bit lighter. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? Let's
for
do
sure.
that. You feel
All right. So before we end, like we always say, please like, comment, subscribe. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on Channel 4 News. No, we're not on Channel 4 News. That's our
I ain't
goal.
going to be on no news, dog. Unless, you know what I'm saying, they go spotlight some players, you know what I'm saying? They talk to, hey, listen, y'all. Hey, I was watching some of the old episodes while we was on hiatus. And I've been yelling at y'all. I've been talking trash. Now, real quick, I know we're rapping, but our last episode we were talking about the case, the South Carolina case. We got a lot of engagement off of that last episode, a lot of comments and stuff. I might have went back and forth with a few people in the comment section. You know what I'm talking about. I ain't no punk. I ain't going out like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm out.
None of us are. None of us are.
None of us are.
Please believe that.
Let's just say that.
Yes.
All this, don't let this smooth shit get you.
Don't let this smooth shit fool you. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we are all really, 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 really like that. And when we're all together, we're really, really like that. We be looking cool and hey. Because I'm going to stomp the dog shit out you, dog.
Because Tone, I was like, should you get him or you want me to get him? Tone was like, I got him.
I got it. Don't even look.
Okay.
Back. I got this. You know what I'm saying? But look, We got some comments, and that shit was fire. I will say, don't just look at the shorts, y'all. Y'all need to watch the episode because y'all are getting, taking the shorts and it's a little bit out of context, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Watch the whole show. Fuck with me. Yeah.
Yeah. That's for sure. Yeah. Holler at us, y'all. Again, we want that engagement. We want to hear what you have to say, but what Tone said is definitely on point. Check out the full episode because you're going to find little nuggets within the full episode as well that you're not going to necessarily get on the shorts. And again, like what Tony's saying, that you get the full context of what we're talking about. So definitely make sure you listen to the full episode because you get a little more insight about us, some of the things we talk about, we laugh about. You don't always get that in those shorts just because, we don't have enough time to put out, every little short that we have. So please like, share, subscribe, comment.
If you just watch the shorts, y'all should be fucking with us off the shorts alone.
Right. Hey, but check this out though. Think about this. If the shorts are fire, imagine what the whole episode is about.
Oh man, y'all got time, you know what I'm saying? Throw that. We on Spotify, we on all the podcasts, Jones. Let that shit rock in the car. You know what I'm saying? I know I sound good on this motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
You could always
you can get it on us. You can get it on YouTube too without the video. You can get all audio, so you can throw that joint on while you're cleaning the house or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Y'all really want to see me though because I'm pretty. I ain't pretty today because I didn't know we was about to record and I didn't get to get my shit together. But next time.
And I look like I've been on the couch all day, so which I was.
Yes. Don't ask me what he was doing on there either.
All right, fellas. Another good show. Let's go ahead and wrap this up.
All right.
Yes, sir.